Hi again, folks. How's all doing? Well, I've got another old Hornby model in distress here. This is an R2370 Duchess of Sutherland that a chap called Alan sent me. He said he bought it on eBay on a bit of a whim, but it's a complete non-runner. As you can see, the front and rear bogies are off and we've got a bag of bits. Bags of bits make me nervous. Right, we'll shove her into the shed and see if we can get her back together and running again. Right, let's see what we've got here. We've got the rear bogie, which is minus its wheels, and obviously needs to be wired up to the motor. Front bogie seems to be okay. And in this little bag we've got the rear bogie wheels, fixing screw, spring. There's also a set of steps in there. I think that's for the tender, I think. Yeah, the steps are broken off there. So, we've got all those bits and bobs to sort. Let's have a look at the locomotive. So this has had the silly speedometer thingy, which is broken. We'll just remove that, because you can't get replacements. Other than that, I think this looks okay. We've got the wires to connect to the rear bogie. This is locomotive driven, by the way, and a nice looking model, but it's going to suffer all the problems that the models from this era do, just like the Black 5 I just worked on. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Get the endoscope in. We've got a slipping drive gear. I can turn the wheels. So the drive gear there is probably split. So it's going to need a new wheel set. Alan said it didn't have any life in it at all. So we'll give the motor a quick test. It's not DCC ready or anything. I'm sure the motor will probably be alright, but we'll have a look. Let's just prop it up and get some power onto it. Yeah, the motor works. So I think we're going to need a new wheel set. Put everything back together. Pickups are in a bit of a mess, so we're going to have to sort them out. Right, I shall go online and see if a replacement wheel set is available. Well, I've been online and unfortunately a wheel set is not available for this. Nobody's got it in stock. That is a problem. I think what we'll do is we'll get the wheels out and we'll see if the gear is cracked. If the gear's not cracked, if it's just slipping on the axle, it might be possible to get some metal epoxy onto it and secure it onto the axle. It's worth a go, but I'm not holding out much hope for this. Without a replacement drive wheel and gear, etc., I think we're on a bit of a loser with this one. Let's open it up and get the wheels out. Just undo these 3 screws. Somebody's been in here. Is it connected to a wire? Yeah, that is. Alright, so it's one of those ones. Alright, we'll get all the crank pins undone. I don't know how well you can see, but there's some kind of substance around this crank pin. Let's see what happens when we unscrew this. I'm a little surprised if this is just glued on. Or it's been working loose and somebody's tried to lock it. Yeah, it seems okay. I don't know what all that stuff was all about. That off. Is there a spacer there? Yep, that's fine. All the rods undone. Then we can remove the wheels. So let's get a look at this drive gear. Yeah, it's split. You can see the split there. So that gear is absolutely no good. I've replaced a few of these recently, so I've got some old ones that the gears seem okay, but I replaced them because they were creating wheel wobble, but put into another locomotive, they may be okay. So I think what I'm going to do is pull the wheels off this, pull the wheels off that, and then stick these wheels onto this axle, and maybe it'll be okay. Just maybe. Right, let's pull this wheel off. And this one. This one won't be quite so easy, I don't think. Right, I need to give this a wee dunt in my vise. Just stuck that in the vise and gave it a wee dunt with a screwdriver and a hammer. And that's got that out. So, there's a wee bearing there we don't want. I'll give this a bit of a scoosh. Let's have a look at it. So it's not cracked, but I did have to replace it on another model, but meshing up with another gear, it might be okay. It might be better than nothing. Right, we'll get this gear out. Take that out. Of course, we'll have to quarter this. This isn't a fun job. Looks okay to me. Alright, okay. So I've fitted a different gear in. We'll put this back together. See if we can make it go. And then we'll know if this is going to work or not. Right, I'm just going to apply some power to this. There's a kick. Make sure this motor's nice and secure. Right, let's prop this up. Because when I first tested the motor, it just went, it didn't really spin, it just turned the wheels about a quarter turn. But there seems to be an issue with this. Look at that. So the motor spins away fine, but there's something way wrong with this gear. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so in this double gear, I'm not sure if that's a split that's been glued. It kind of looks like it, but there's a broken tooth there. Which isn't going to help matters. So I think we'll need to see if we can get a replacement double gear, because that's been jiggery faffed to death. I hope this gear will work okay. It's a bit of a gamble, but we shall see. I'll go online and see if I can get a double gear. Well, unfortunately, they're all out of stock as well. Oh dear. I think if we take a scalpel to this, try and clean this gear up. I'm not very optimistic though, because there's damage to that tooth. Let's see what happens when we power this up now. It's still kicking. Once a gear's broken, it's done. So I'll get in touch with Alan and give him the bad news that on this occasion I'm not able to repair this because the spare parts are not available. You know, I was prepared to give that gear a go of another model, but that double gear is just a write-off and I can't see any spares. If any of you out there have a spare double gear or a model you could donate, please get in touch. But yeah, I think I'm just going to have to put this back together and send it back to Alan until such times as we can get a double gear and ideally a replacement wheel set. Okay folks, catch you later.